Good morning, Hit Nation, folks, cats, and everything in between and beyond. My name is Roy, the host of My Happiness, and also the host of that excruciating rant that was watched by uh, a lot more people on Facebook, but probably not even because it's at minute 15. So if you got to minute 15, thank you for that. In any case, I am trying to find us another person to speak with. I'm very close to getting to that person. He's a friend of mine. He's from Brazil, and I think that he is very knowledgeable when it comes to basketball, and I think that he can help moving those videos along. But the first thing that I wanted to say, because this is the only pregame that I'm going to do today, the Heat go on a 6-game road trip right now, which, according to a lot of people, but including 5 Reasons Sports, which I mention here constantly, and I'm not auditioning for you, 5 Reasons Sports. I would love to learn a lot from you guys and being around you guys, but I would be completely useless in your repertoire. So no, this is not the type of thing. I just really think that people should watch them because the takes that I see are very honestly constantly geared toward the national media idea, right? People posting Paul Pierce's comments, for example. But anyway, as per 5 Reasons Sports and a lot of people, this could be a good thing for the Miami Heat to get away from Miami, to get away from where the noise is, from where the battle between great Pat Riley and great Jimmy Butler is taking place. Maybe there is no battle. Maybe things are less confrontational that they seem like. However, a 7-game suspension doesn't seem like that. First of all, I want to say that I stand by my rant during last video, because if you listen to the entire video, you understand that I am by no means saying to Jimmy Butler that Jimmy Butler is not what he is, which means a great player and a person who brought us a lot of joy and a person who brought us a lot of happiness. What I am saying is what's happening with Jimmy Butler, which is very disconcerting to a lot of fans in the Miami Heat that really thought that this relationship could have ended in a much more amicable way. And it could have. It was mishandled by both sides. So I think that when it comes to that situation, we're shell-shocked and we don't have the right as fans to do what Jimmy Butler does and to do what all of these NBA players have been doing. Saying just basically, I don't want to play. I want to take a year because of mental health and so forth. And so as much as I can be sympathetic to Jimmy Butler, and I am sympathetic to Jimmy Butler's cause, and I am sympathetic to Jimmy Butler's reasons as to leaving this organization, although again, without this organization, he wouldn't have been given the range that he was given to be great as he was. So it's a two-way road here, right? In which I think, unfortunately, from what I see, the biggest noise goes against Pat Riley. However, they are defacing Jimmy Butler's art around the city, and again, this is a kid's game. I stand by what I said. Again, this is a real business that produces real money for real people that need real jobs. But at the same time, it's still a kid's game. And so the idea that he's special, the idea that all those things are constantly going to make me rant. But the truth is this. That's the way that I get. When I get angry, that's how I feel. And right now, I'm not angry at Jimmy Butler. I'm sad at the situation. That was the anger part. That was the necessary fuck you. I needed to say that. And now, going back to understanding, look, no one said, that I remember at least, no one said, Jimmy, we don't need you. Did anybody say that in the organization? Because if some fans said that, it's also denial, from the part of the fans. We obviously needed Jimmy Butler. We obviously play a lot better with a functional Jimmy Butler. We don't need this version of Jimmy Butler. We don't need a player that doesn't want to play for us, and we don't need a player that doesn't want to commit to what he's been challenged to. Unfortunately, some people rise up to challenges, and some people say it's my way or the highway. Unfortunately for Butler, it's his way or the highway, and for Pat Riley, it's his way or the highway. Only one of them has a franchise. Only one of them is the employee of this franchise. So as many benefits as he can get, and as many of the things that he reportedly got away with, not just including the gimmicks with the media and the hairdos and all that, but just the fact that he got away with stuff that we don't know, most likely, right? There is bad blood, and unfortunately, a lot more bad blood than we anticipated, and we definitely didn't see this coming, although we should have, because like I said, people change and people grow, but people don't change the core of what they are. And in his essence, regardless of what Jimmy Butler wants, because everything that's happening right now is contradictory, right? Jimmy Butler wants more money, but he's doing everything to get less. And Jimmy Butler wants to be traded to a contender, but now no contender wants him because they understand that he's a troublemaker. So all those things that ended up being him, to me, are symptomatic or a bigger cause, and that's why I keep bringing mental health. I'm not saying that he's crazy. I'm saying that he might be depressed. I'm saying that he might be homesick, and Miami is not indeed his home. But it is a business, and players do come and go. And at the end of the day, you have to support the Miami Heat, right? And if you don't support the Miami Heat, then you are a Butler fan, not a Heat fan. That's not saying real or unreal. I'm just saying if you're going to follow Jimmy and not going to continue watching the Heat, then you gave up on the Heat just like Jimmy. And you were going after Jimmy. It's a Jimmy fan base, which I understand and I respect, because there are people like that, and they have all the right in the world to do that. But being against Pat Riley right now is counterproductive. We understand there were fumbles, but we also understand that Pat Riley provided when he had to provide. And that made things worse when he came to Kyle Lowry, at least reportedly. Again, a lot of things heard from 5 Reasons Sports, or Sedano's episode is amazing there, because they really talk a lot about things that they knew even after the fact. And the relationship that Ethan Skolnick maintained with LeBron allows him to have that foresight in regards to what happened with LeBron, what happened with Shaq, what happened with Wade, and the fact that all of these players, with the exception of Jimmy Butler, I think had rescuable situations. Probably Shaq had the least rescuable situation, and he still rescued. Because he literally tried to punch Pat Riley. But he had won a championship like Miami, or like 5 Reasons Sports say. So again, right, I want to report on them. What I want to say is this. Right now, when I stand on that hill, I stand by what I said. I think that this is the right attitude in terms of, you feel this way, you have the right to say that, look, man, you didn't want us, we wanted you, fuck you for not wanting us. But you broke up with us, right, Jimmy Butler? Like, he broke up with us. It wasn't us breaking up with him. It was us saying, look, man, we don't want to give you the keys to the house right now because you haven't been committed to keeping the house safe, which is not unfair. Now, like I said in the last episode, if they weren't going to give him the keys to the house, and understand that Jimmy Butler is a guy that needs the keys to the house to beat Jimmy Butler, they should have already traded him before this entire situation got out of control. But he got out of control, and now I'm hearing from Ethan Skolnick that he might come back to the Miami Heat and actually stay at home and not be traded by the trade deadline if no attractive offer is made. And honestly, right now, because of his antics and because of the price of his contract and because of what he actually wants, there are things that are very complicated. But indeed, Miami's still in the driving seat. And honestly, again, this is what the bottom line is. This is a losing season, right? We got to the point in which I was analyzing numbers, and we're going to go back to that because it's important to do it regardless, right? It's still a season. We still have games. We're still shell-shocked. I know that, hardcore Dolphins fans are shell-shocked for Tyreek Hill, for not being able to even get close to smelling a wild card, playoff berth there. And then now this with Miami Heat, being Miami Heat, the place of sunshine, having the Panthers as its most successful organization, a hockey team. It's laughable. But it's a tough road trip. The Kings played yesterday, so they're going to be on a back-to-back, 17-19. We are 17-16. Yeah, there's not much to say about that. I can't see us right now. I can't analyze what's going to happen. We need the presence of Bam Adebayo, just like we need the presence of Tyler Hero, just like we need the presence of all those people that we were expecting them to be something and they weren't. I don't think Rozier is salvageable no matter the situation. So when I say some fans, some good fans, when I say good fans, I mean some good analytic fans. Everybody's a good fan, everybody's a bad fan, everybody's everything. What I'm saying is people, fans actually analyze the game. They're saying, let's go young. That's exactly what I said from the beginning of the season. If this is going to be a losing season, if Jimmy Butler, especially now being gone, make this a young team. Start wearing Bam. We do have a problem with point guard. But right now, go young. Go with the young ones. Go with Jovic. Go with Weir. Go with Jaime. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. We are not going to tank on purpose, maybe, but nothing impedes us from trying to improve our core and ship out what needs to be shipped out and before the trade deadline, because there are things that we can still do to perhaps acquire some assets. Unfortunately, because of the way Terry Rozier has been playing, I'm afraid we're going to have to attach an asset to him to get rid of him. And now I don't want that, and nobody wants that. But the point is, there's no way to analyze what's going to happen with the Miami Heat. Like I said, the team was in suspense before. Imagine right now. Imagine us losing to the Jazz, which, by the way, when you want to bet on rebounds, you always bet on Kessler in combination with somebody else, because Kessler is going to deliver 99% of the times. So this is already a great rebounding team, but they rebounded us by 20-something in the last game. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough stretch, but more than anything, we don't really know what kind of a team we have. This team doesn't have an identity right now. This team is in greater suspense than it was before. And so stay safe, stay dry, stay as happy as possible in this very complicated of hours. Lower your expectations, and let's go Heat.